gentlemen, welcome to the 5-Star Revolution podcast for another great episode. This is an interesting episode that I've been looking forward to for a while now, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Go over to Facebook right now and join us on Facebook, 5-Star Revolution Podcast, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel right now, 5-Star Revolution Podcast. Tonight, we have a very intriguing guest. His name is XJ Khaos with his manager, TK. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
Doing excellent, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for dressing up and doing everything in gimmick, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, gotta live that life.
Normal day at the office.
So let's start from the beginning here. Were you guys wrestling fans growing up as little kids?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember I grew up on the Attitude Era in ECW. That's how I found my wrestling fame, pride in everything that I do with wrestling.
Mine was
Want to tell yours?
Mine was the Attitude Era, around that, 5 years old, somewhere around there, I guess, is what my dad said. So ever since then, it's just been wrestling, nothing else. Like, I don't fuck with anything else. It's just wrestling 24/7.
So who are your guys' favorite wrestlers growing up when you guys were fans?
It'd be like Triple H, Undertaker, mainly like the big guys, like the big top star guys.
My favorites were Triple H, Stone Cold, Chris Jericho, Edge, Eddie Guerrero, rest of soul. Nowadays, I would say if I had to pick nowadays, best one I could think of is probably CM Punk is the only good wrestler I can think of right now.
So where you guys based out of right now?
Out of Denver, Colorado.
Denver, Colorado. I heard there was a lot of great marijuana out there. Is that any truth to that?
Oh, yeah. You just got to know where to look. I mean, some of the dispensaries out here, sometimes they don't know what they're fucking doing. But if you can find the right one, you will find some really, really good weed. You just got to look, you know?
So I went to a convention on Sunday yesterday, and I met Val Venus. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Val Venus.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a huge weed supporter, and he has his own cannabis store where he's from. And he showed me a 7-gram blunt that lasts 4 hours. I was like, holy crap. I want that.
Dude, of course I would like that. Absolutely.
I was like, where can I get that? He was like, come over to Florida and we'll talk. That's my dispensaries in Florida. So, so how'd you guys get your start into the professional wrestling business? Like, how'd you guys start training?
Ooh, well, that's a short story. I started, the whole regular shit, yarding stuff, but then I found Yaden's school. At the time, it was NRW, New Revolution Wrestling, and they like randomly showed up to IHOP where I was working at, and got a flyer. Went to go check them out. Found out they're doing training and all that. Jumped up on that. That was like 2012 around there.
Yeah, something like that.
So after that, that's when I started. I started right away. Started training. A month later, I was on the first show. Had my first match against Tommy Boucher, and that was in October of 2012. So.
You had your first match a month into training?
Yeah, like after having like some experience through like the backyard shit, and we had a ring at one point, so I was trying to do everything, the bumping, the hitting the ropes, all that. I kind of got it, took that to NRW, and then just touched it up here and there for stuff, and then boom, was ready for show.
Yeah, and then my experience, I am a little bit of a yarder. I mean, I've known him since high school. We used to do some yarding stuff back then. I kind of dropped out of it for a while because, lack of motivation, nothing's really backing me on it and stuff like that. I gave up a little bit. Then I started realizing as I'm getting older, there's not a lot of stuff to my name right now. I want to try to get back into wrestling. So he's like, hey, you want to come be my manager for a while? And I said, absolutely. I jumped on the boat right away. I'm working with him. I'm also trying to do some ring training as well. Probably won't have a long ass career as he will, but I'll be up there a little bit with them. And that's pretty much where I'm at right now.
Hey guys, ain't nothing wrong with yarding. I did backyard wrestling myself, and some of the big guys that are in wrestling today, like Mick Foley, the Hardy Boys, guys like that, started off in the backyard and look where they are now.
Yeah, CM
Yep.
Punk.
Yep. CM Punk.
Yep, CM Punk. Yep. So you said you had your first match against who?
Tommy Boucher.
How'd that match go for you 1 month into training?
Uh, it was good. I just never worked the crowd really, so that was hard. I had stage fright, and I didn't know like I
Stage
couldn't
fright.
express things. I couldn't express what I felt and all that. Like at the time, it was something new. So
How do you feel now before you go into a match, before you step through that curtain? How do you feel now? What's going through your head?
mm, a little bit still like the nervous, but I think that's just with anyone before they go through out the curtain, and I don't know. I don't remember that stuff. It just happens at that point when I'm back there, just getting ready, and then go out through that curtain, and it's just completely a different person. So
So I'm sure the fans that are listening are curious. What's the face paint about?
Oh man, you want to answer this or should I?
you good?
All right. Well, basically, the face paint is simple. You know, we are juggalos. We've been juggalos since freaking high school. Even probably beyond that, I don't remember. I know I got it being in the juggalo gimmick in high school. And ever since then, this is who we are. You know, we are the truest juggalos in all of professional wrestling. We don't give a shit whether you like us, hate us, support us, don't support us. We don't care. That's, you know, we are who we are, and the face paint shows that, you know. Like it's almost like a second image to us, you know. We don't deny who we are, you know.
And what about you, XJ Chaos? Mind explaining being a little bit about your character, what it's about?
That's still like in the process of everything. It's just being chaotic. I'm trying to make it to where I don't need to really make sense because chaos doesn't make sense, and so I shouldn't really have to make sense with my words, actions, or anything. Like, the fuck is he? What's wrong with him? Like, well, that's the problem. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
chaos. It's
Exactly.
all over the place in a sense. So, but also being just trying to be that fucking deathmatch juggalo. That's like trying to push that. Being a hardcore motherfucker. That's down with the clown. It's the realest juggalo in the world.
Ah, you almost said in the room. Ah. But anyway,
So
that's that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna ask him. So right now you're in a deathmatch scene.
I've been wanting to for a while. I'm trying to get more and more into it. I'm gonna try to do I think the IWA Mid South Wrestling tryout because they're doing something with that, and I probably could get me somewhere in the deathmatch scene with them. So
How do you take that pain, that toll to your body? Because I know that shit ain't fake, man. Those light tubes they
yeah,
hurt. I've taken a light tube shot before. I used to wrestle myself back in the day. I'm 31. I'm still young, but I stopped wrestling because injuries and stuff like that. But I can't imagine taking thumbtacks and barbed wire and all that stuff.
yeah, it's really fun though.
Oh yeah.
Dealing with the pain afterwards, I just deal with it, just whatever. I just brag about it. I'm like, oh, why does this hurt? Oh yeah, because of a light tube. Oh yeah, because of staple gun. Like, it's whatever. It goes away. Get rid of it.
I mean, even his last match over at Slave to the Death Match, we had a death match tournament. I even got smacked with a light tube too, and best thing I could say about it, it was fun. I know deathmatch circuit for us, we get a lot of shit. He's gonna get a lot of shit the more he gets into it, but it is a true art form. Like deathmatch is so fun. You know, besides all the pain you're gonna get, it is fun.
So speaking of juggalos, let's backtrack a little bit. Do you guys ever get the chance to wrestle for GCW? JCW, I'm sorry.
Not yet.
Nope.
I've been trying to. I've tried to get a hold of Rude Boy, Kevin Gill when he was in there. Like, I've been trying. I talked to Mosh Pit Mike, but it just seems it's going nowhere. And it kind of does piss me off that I'm not getting anywhere with JCW because, like, look at me. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Why the fuck aren't I the star in JCW already? Like, they need to mold me for a reason. Then fucking take me there and mold me the way they want to. Like,
I agree. that's the thing about JCW is both of us would love to go there. I would love to go there, be a manager, be a talent, be wrestler, whatever. I would love to work for JCW. It's just when it comes to XJ, yeah, they need to look at it. This kid right here is blowing up in Colorado. He is the only Juggalo wrestler in Colorado who actually stays true to the gimmick. JCW needs this. You know, they need this for their show, and it's kind of a shame that he's not there yet. You know.
I'm sure you'll get there someday, man. You got the gimmick, you got the wrestling style, and yeah, I see you got the necklace on as well. So
Yep, always.
I don't need to wear. I'm on tattooed, so we're good.
So let's talk about the wrestling promotion that you're in now. Is it Premier Wrestling League or something like that?
Primo's Premier Professional Wrestling. So
WPW.
I've been there for like a long ass time, like probably like 4 years out of the time, but it's been broken up. So I was with NRW for a year, then shit hit the fan with all stupid shit. And I took like a couple years off from wrestling, but was kind of on and off with Primos because it's like, hey, can I get there? Okay, cool, get booked, do a show, and then wait a bit, or I don't know, it was all fucked up.
Yeah.
But now it's been continuous, just being with them. And they have their regular shows, then Deathmatch once a year for Slave, and then they had bar fights, which was pretty much just hardcore wrestling.
Without a ring, pretty much, you know, like a regular. It was like a bar fight. It was exactly like a bar fight. Like those are fun too.
So I'm assuming you like working for that federation because you've been working with them for 4 years, correct?
Yeah. So
Have you won any other titles or anything like that?
no, I wish. I did get a Alpha 9 tournament participation little medal. I've gotten my Slave to Deathmatch dog tags, which I've got 3 of those. So that's about it. Trying to get a title.
Have you won any titles in your career so far?
Not in the independent. When we did Yarder, yeah, but that's a different. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a different.
Well, I mean, if you want to bring up Yarder, I mean that title's gone back so many times, but that would be the only title he has is the yarding days. But on professional circuit, yeah, he hasn't got anything just yet.
So how long you been in the professional wrestling circuit so far?
I think for about like 5 years. Yeah.
5 years. Okay, not a bad thing. And I was gonna say that your face paint definitely looks like Danhausen. Has anybody told you that?
Which one? Mine or his?
Yours.
Yeah, yours would be more Danhausen, dude.
No, I don't think it. I don't think so.
Oh man. I've never heard that either, actually.
Yeah.
For sure, man. Go look at Danhausen's pic and look at yourself in the mirror. You look exactly like him today. Do you change it up or is it the same all the time?
No, it's always the same. So I don't know.
That's actually I'm shocked. We know who Danhausen is too. That's the funny thing. I'm actually like a really big fan of him because I think he's funny. I love his character. You know, gotta buy a rocket car, gotta buy a gold mansion. That's the perfect for any wrestler. That's the goal right there. You know. But yeah, I've never heard that. That's funny.
So speaking of goals, what is your main goal in this professional wrestling business? Where are you trying to go with this?
Well, maybe get to AEW now. I don't know. It's been changing so many times. Like I want to just go ROW or ROH. Then it was like, okay, we'll go to CZW, maybe TNA. Now AEW is here. I'm like, maybe I can see about trying to get somewhere with them at like later on. If not, it'll still be CZW or JCW. So
Are you gonna tag along with him or are you gonna take your own different route?
Of course I'm gonna tag along with him. You know, like I said, I've known him since high school. I mean, the funny story about us was the way we met was we were at Thomas Jefferson High School. It's a high school. Fuck, where was it? Like South Denver?
I don't know.
It was far. But anyway, the point is, I was the new kid in school, and all of a sudden I went out to go smoke a cigarette, and this guy came up to me. He's like, "Oh, you like DX?" Because I was wearing a DX hoodie, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I like DX. You like wrestling? Oh, you my new best friend? You my new best friend?" And then it kind of clicked from there. Honestly, if I could go with him to AEW, CZW, IWA, like wherever we can go, I'm willing to go. Management, like I said, I got to get a little more training done before I actually jump in the ring and, do my shit. But for management, oh yeah, I'm his manager for life. I'm already contracted. So
There you go, man. There you go. So who is your dream opponent nowadays that's currently wrestling?
that's a good question.
Probably definitely would be John Moxley. Would be fun to do a death match with. Like,
oh hell yeah. Oh fuck yeah, dude. I agree with that.
Let's see who else. Like Atticus Kruger. Definitely go try to see what's up with those skewers. That'd be fun.
Yeah. You also Sage.
Also Sage Sin. Yes.
Yep, Sage.
Shit, I don't know.
What about
else.
Matt Tremont? You ever had a Matt Tremont?
No, not.
That dude wrestles up here, and he's a death match king, bro. Like the scars on his forehead are incredible, man.
Yeah.
Look him up, man. Matt Tremont.
Matt Tremont.
Yep.
I think you should do it.
I've seen some of his. I think I've seen like maybe one or two of his stuff. So, yeah.
So besides the big leagues like AEW, Ring of Honor, CCW, are there any independent wrestling promotions that you have your eye on that you want to debut for?
Like IWA Mid-South, fucking shit. What else was there? Paradigm Pro Wrestling.
Yep.
Definitely Hood Slam would be fun to go out to. That's in Cali.
I can't remember the name of that company, but they're up on the East Coast.
There's a lot on the East Coast.
G something.
Oh, GCW.
Yeah, GCW. That's it.
Fucking. I'm trying to wait for F5. I didn't get booked with them yet because they had like weather issues and stuff at that time. So still waiting for that. And then like RPW, Ruthless Pro Wrestling. Like, there's a lot of them. I even messaged some of them and I'm trying to like, hey, all this stuff, but hasn't got too much yet.
So this is the portion of the podcast where I asked the wrestler to cut a promo for me in character, if you don't mind, for about 30 seconds on your next opponent, if you don't mind.
Who would be the next opponent? I don't even know. Like, this is hard. Like, I suck at promos.
Cut it on me, CJ Price.
Want to get on this?
I have not cut a promo like on the spot like this.
I love it. I love it. This is great. This is what happens to him when he gets under pressure a little bit. He kind of like flips out. So it's great. It's great.
Yeah, it is.
Go ahead, man. Do it.
Let's see, November 6th? We'll just throw a date out, I
yeah.
guess.
November 6th going up against.
It's going to be on him.
Oh, all
right. Let's see, November 6th, I'm going to be going against CJ Price, XJ Khaos. My manager, TK, Psycho Wicked Club, going to be representing up in that bitch. I'm going to go ahead and show this CJ guy around, show him how chaos is really done. Because once you step in the ring with me, your mind won't be correct. You won't have time to think because I'll be all over the place. I'll be inside your mind.
Oh, yeah.
Mentally fucking you up. Mentally getting inside your own mind. Having fun in there. Same with him. I think he could do the same thing, can't you?
I can do whatever the hell I want. I'm a management. I interfere. I do what I want. I'm here. I'm there. I'm everywhere. I'm TKX, man. TK for short. I'm mystic. I'm magic. I'm everything. You won't see me. You'll see me. You won't see me. That's how I work.
So November 6th, when that day comes, CJ Price, you ain't gonna be talking on the mic. I'll snatch that bitch out your hand, stick it up your ass so we can hear what you're really thinking about. When XJ Khaos comes up in that bitch.
Because everything we do is sweet.
That was great, guys. That was great. Thanks so much for doing that.
Absolutely, man.
So, besides deathmatch wrestling, what would you say is your style of wrestling? Are you a technical wrestler, a brawler, a high flyer?
Depends on the role I play, but probably high flyer. Other than that, probably brawler, I would say.
I wouldn't say you're more full. You could be a little bit of a brawler. I mean, most of his style, from what I've seen over the years, would be a little bit of a high flyer because this man hits a springboard like incredible good. Like I've never seen anybody hit it like he has. Maybe a little bit of a brawler, not so much technical. He does have some technical stuff, but not really technical. Definitely not submission. He's not a wrestler.
So what would you say are some of the highlights of your career so far?
Getting a chance to live out the dream that I've wanted to for like ever. Even though it's not like the pro, but it's still like doing the shit. Being in a like better company that lets me actually just be who I want to be and shit like that. And I think the big one, like just meeting different wrestlers, the whole like connection of everybody that we have in the locker room. Having a match with the Boogeyman, that was really, I enjoyed that. Yeah, it was short and everything, but it was still nice to go against like a WWE legend, currently still employed with WWE. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
Did he really put worms down your throat?
No, it was only on the face.
Are there real worms though?
Yeah, they were real ones. They're like,
oh god.
I was like, what are we gonna do? Like, am I gonna have to eat them? He's like, no, we're not on TV. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Thank
God. Wow, that's incredible, man. I've met Boogeyman in person before. Really nice guy. Has so much makeup on his face. Oh my god, he must take hours. How long does it take you to do that on your face?
Like 15, 20 minutes.
He told me it took him 2 hours to do his. He has like really heavy.
Well,
heavy.
it's like the latex, like he can peel it off, and he has to do it all around.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he does it all
I thought
around.
he just used face paint, honestly.
Because like when it comes off, you can like peel it or something.
Oh,
I'm like, it's weird.
Yeah. We gotta find that stuff.
So you got to wrestle Boogeyman. Are there any other wrestlers that we know of that you've met backstage or been around?
Al Snow, Chavo Guerrero, Christopher Daniels, Martin Casals. Shit, who else? I didn't get to meet New Jack, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Let's see. I don't know who else.
The only people I can think of I've met were Doink the Clown.
He's talking about in backstage.
Oh, backstage. Oh, yeah. I haven't met anybody backstage yet.
So have you picked their brain or asked for any of their advice when you shared the locker room with them?
I haven't had that chance. I never got to because it was just a meet, and then I did my stuff, and then I didn't really like see him as much. So, also being like the outcast, I just like stayed in my little corner thing, like we do at Primo's. We just stay in a little outcasted corner.
Yeah, we always are in the back. There's like no other way we're gonna, we'll still meet and greet everybody, but when we're in the zone, it's like, yeah, we're outcasts. We play the gimmick very well. We're juggalos. Don't talk to us. We'll talk to you. Whatever. You know what I mean?
So being juggalos and coming from the backyard wrestling scene, I'm assuming that people have given you shit for that. How do you deal with that criticism and that backstage politics for you guys?
I personally don't care. Wrestling is wrestling, regardless if you're a deathmatch wrestler, a seasoned vet in the regular scene of wrestling, or if you're a backyarder. Wrestling is still wrestling. It is still art. It is still your passion. It is still what makes you who you are. So to me, they can talk for me, they can talk all they want about deathmatch or backyard. We're still wrestlers. It's still all our art. At least that is for me. I don't know how you feel about it.
I don't get much shit from Primos. It's just not from being a yarder, because most of them did do stuff from yarding. The Juggalo, there's like some don't understand, some don't care, some know about it, but I don't take it anyway. I don't care. Like, that's cool. You have your own shit. I have my shit. So why is there going to be a beef between it? Like,
my thing is as long as you can draw, as long as you can sell merch, and as long as you can wrestle, you're good to go, man.
Yep, exactly.
Speaking of merch, I'm seeing that you have a collar and elbow hat on. Are you a sponsored athlete by them or?
No, I wish. I should try to like figure that out though, because I would be down to.
I got one too.
What about that shirt you got on? Is that your merch?
The Psycho Wicked. These are actually our personal shirts for Psycho Wicked. We do have merch. Yeah, see XJ Khaos shirt. He's got that one.
And then I have another one for. Yeah, I have another one for the Deathmatch one. It's just my face. And it says Deathmatch Juggalo. It's like in the trunk. Otherwise, I would grab it. But yeah.
Where is that? Pro Wrestling Tees or?
Yeah, they're on Pro Wrestling Tees. I'm gonna try to sell them also on, what was it, Brain Buster Wrestling or something like that. It was like another wrestling merch store.
So if there's one thing that you learned in the world of professional wrestling that you carry on into your personal lives, what would that be?
Shit can happen, and don't take yourself too seriously.
And trying to respect everyone that you can.
That too, yeah.
Give it and you earn it.
I agree with you guys, man. You can't take yourself too seriously in this business. There's a lot of big egos in this business for absolutely no reason whatsoever, but you gotta roll with the punches.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would you say wrestling has changed your lives in any way? And if so, how?
Wrestling's changed my life from being a normal fan to actually be behind the scenes and stuff like that. It's made me more passionate about something, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I love this business. Like being a part of it is so much different than just being a fan. And my whole experience with that is, yeah, I've become more passionate about wrestling. I love it more and more every day.
I've had a lot more fun now. Like, I'm a fucking shy motherfucker. I was worse before wrestling, getting into it and everything. Now it's like still there, but not as bad. And like just having fun in the entertainment business is fun. Be more like open in the like real world.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing I love about the business too is the fans. When you go out there and you hear the fans, whether you're from only a 10 crowd venue to 150 crowd venue, the fans give you the energy, whether they love you or hate you. The fans are the key to the show. Like, it is amazing the energy you can feel off of them. It really is.
I totally agree, man. The fans are number one in wrestling. Without them, we wouldn't be here.
Yep, exactly.
So a couple more questions for me, guys. So my first to last question is, if this doesn't work out, do you guys have a backup plan? Because I never asked that question to any wrestler. I always wondered, if this doesn't work out, what's your backup plan? What do you want to do in life?
Go in the movie. Go do stuff with movies and like start filming shit, do YouTube stuff. Shit, I have like a photography thing that I'm like somewhat trying to figure out still.
Movies, music.
So it's multimedia.
Yeah, multimedia basically is our backup plan.
I saw you were a blogger. This is not my last question, but I saw you were a blogger. You mind talking a little bit about that?
It's almost trying to do like Sammy Guevara stuff, but our way. We just film stuff backstage, and then we'll throw the match up there, film afterwards, or we're trying to do like random skits just between us. We're trying to add some people from backstage, but we're not that like creative when it comes to certain things because we have like
we get mental blocks a lot. It's like writer block and stuff like that. Like, we're working on a movie right now. It's obviously going to be a low budget movie. It's about basically a serial killer doctor who basically saw in Hostel, but from a doctor perspective. So he has all this information on his victims. His victims screwed him over, so he wants revenge and going from that. But we're even having like this movie is so far taken like 3 years to write just because we both have mental blocks with creativity and stuff like that.
What's that movie?
What's that? Sorry.
What's the movie called?
The Thrill to Kill, Dr. Heimermeister. So it's a work in progress. We're also trying to figure out our character bases. A couple of our friends we want in the movie and stuff like that. But like I said, with creating and writing, it is definitely a mental block, you know. So once we break that, then the world's like our playground, basically.
Sounds good, and I'm looking forward to that.
Oh yeah.
So my last question for you guys is, what can we expect out of you in the next 3 years in the wrestling business?
Trying to be at least big in deathmatch scene. A lot more big than I am. Maybe have like all these crazy matches. Ooh, I'd rather go against Slack maybe. I'll go fucking suicide mission and go against.
My goal.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I've met him at Slave, and I'm like, this dude is just like, woo.
My goal in the next 3 years is go from management to actually in-ring competitor.
Tag team.
Yeah, me and him want to be tag team champions. And after that, I want to have a decent career until I'm about 45, and then once I'm done with being 45, I'm going back to management because management's fun. Like there's rules and stuff you have to obey by management, but other than that, you can almost do whatever you want. Almost.
Can we have a little spoiler on the tag team name?
Yeah, Psycho Wicked.
Psycho Wicked.
There you go. Psycho Wicked Club. I like that.
Yep.
So where can we follow you guys on social media? Where can we check you out?
Well, he don't have shit right now because he's not technological.
I'm not good with computers. I'm really not. Yeah.
All of our stuff, like I manage most of it, but I'm on like almost every social media thing: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, fucking YouTube. It's all XJ Chaos. Soon it'll probably
Chaos with a K, right?
Yeah, yep, with a K. Because those people that spell it with a C, they forget the H.
You even had an award spelt wrong. Actually, what is it spelled with a C? It's supposed to be a K.
So thank you so much for joining us here tonight on the 5-Star Revolution podcast. It was a true pleasure, guys. Absolutely. I wish you the best of luck in both of your careers. Can't wait to see you guys as a tag team. And for you listeners, don't forget to join us on Facebook, 5-Star Revolution Podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, 5-Star Revolution Podcast. It's TK with XJ Chaos, the king of death matches, right here, folks. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely, man. It was great.